सुभद्रा माई की श्री श्री निताई चैतन्य वैद्य की श्री श्री राधा गिरिधारी भगवान की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तो पिछली बार लास्ट टाइम आई वॉज आस्क्ड टू टॉक अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रेयर, चौर अग्रगण्य अष्टकम. It is also said here Chaurashtakam. That is also okay. Chaura Ashtakam means 8 verses glorifying the Chor. Chaura Ashtakam. Chaur also means Chori. One is Chor and the activity is Chori. So Chaur also means Chori, the activity of stealing. And Chaura Agraganya means what? Chaura Agraganya means the topmost of all the Chor. Agraganya means one who is accepted as the topmost, the champion of stealing. So this particular 8 verses of song is written by a great saint called Bilva Mangal Thakur. Now, Bilva Mangal Thakur is a blind saint. And there's a long story how he became blind. Actually, he pierced his eyes with needle and voluntarily became blind. Why? Because he was too much attached to women. And every time he would see women, he would get attracted. So he thought, if I don't see them, then I will be saved from the attraction. So he asked for hair pin from a lady, and he pierced his eyes and he became blind. He became a great saintly personality. In fact, the books written by him are very high level books of spirituality. Ordinary devotee cannot understand what he is writing or saying. So he has been written many books. One of them is Krishna Karnamrita, which is explained as the nectar for the ears. Karna Amruta, it is nectar for the ears. कानों के लिए अमृत. किसके बारे में? कृष्ण के बारे में. कृष्ण Karnamrita. And this one he has written, Sri Chaura Agraganya Ashtakam. Purushottam Maas or Adhik Maas or Mal Maas is a special month that comes after every 3 years that we discussed. This month is very dear to Lord Krishna, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, doing fasting, giving charity, listening to Krishna's stories, gives immense spiritual benefit in this month. It is believed that reading chapter 15th, Vibhuti Yoga of Bhagavad Gita and recitation of Chaura Agraganya Ashtakam or Jagannath Ashtakam can wash away all the sins of many births before. Now I will just not sing, but I will read and I will translate. Vraje prasiddham navanita chauram गोपांगनानां चदुकूल चौरम अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चौरम चौराग्रगण्यम पुरुषम नमामि. I offer pranam to the foremost of thieves, Chaura Agraganya, who is very famous in Braja, that is Vrindavan Dham, as butter thief, and he who also steals Gopi's clothes, and he also, for those who take shelter of him, he steals the sins which they have accumulated over many lifetimes. So 3 things are told. He steals butter. Second thing, he steals what? Gopi's clothes. And third thing, the sins of all the devotees who have taken shelter of him. Sri Radhikaya Hridayasya Chauram Navam Budhashyamakanti Shamalakanti Chauram Padashrina Pradashritanam Cha Samasta Chauram Chauragreganyam Purusham Namami. This is very sweet. I offer pranam to the foremost of thieves who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster from the rain cloud. The rain cloud has dark color, filled with water. So that color he steals from the cloud and accepts for himself. He who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. Akinchinikritya padashritam ya karoti bhikshum patigehahinam kenya poho bishana chaura idrug drishta shruto vana jagatrayapi. He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers. That means one who becomes his devotee, he becomes very poor and wandering also. Bhatka hua. Homeless beggars. Aha, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard in all the 3 worlds. One who makes people paupers and people wandering, कंगाल बना देता है लोगों को. ऐसा चोर कभी दुनिया में मैंने देखा नहीं. यदीयनमापि हरत्य शेषम गिरि प्रसरण अपि वा पराशि आश्चर्य रूपो ननु चौर इद्रु दृष्टा श्रुतो वा न मया कदापि. The mere uttering of the name of this chor purges one of a mountains of sin. If you just chant one of his name, mountain-like sins are eradicated. Such an astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard anywhere. Dhanam cha manam cha tathendriyani pranam mascha ritva mama sarvameva palayase kutra dhratadhya chauram tvam bhakti damna shimaya niruddaha. O thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, dhanam cha, manam cha, my senses, tathe indriyani, pranam cha, my life and everything, mama sarvameva, everything you have stolen. Where can you run now? You are, जैसे चोर कैसे होता है ना, he steals and runs away. So he is saying, everything you have stolen, my wealth, my honor, my body, my life, my prana, and sarvameva. Sarvameva means everything. Now where are you running? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion, the rope of my bhakti. I have caught you with that. Chinatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham bhinasti bhimam bhavapasha bandham Chinatsi sarvasya samasta bandham naivatmano bhakta vratam tu bandham. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraj. That means everybody is bound by the noose of Yamaraj. Yampash, सब लोग बंधे हुए हैं. But you will release them of Yampash. You will release the terrible noose of Yamaraj. नूज का मतलब क्या होता है? गांठ जो गले में लगी हुई है, उसको फंदा कहते हैं. फंदा. फांसी का फंदा, वैसे यमराज का भी फंदा होता है. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence. That means we are all bound with this material world, with material activities, and we are attached to that. We are bound with that. So you cut the attachments and free us from the material attachment. You slash everyone's material bondage, same thing. But you are unable to cut the knot tightened by your own loving devotees. You cut everybody's knots, but you are tied by the knot of devotees' devotion. Manmanase tamasarashi ghore karagruhe dukkhamaye nibaddaha labhasvahe chaura hare chiraya swachaurya dosho chitameva dandam. O stealer of everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you, I have captured you in the miserable prison house of my heart. Why miserable? Because he thinks that there is anger, there is lust, there is attachment, there is ego, there is pride, there is envy. All these are there in my heart. That's why my heart is dirty. So he is saying, in miserable prison like my heart, which is very fearful due to terrible darkness of my ignorance. मेरे अज्ञान का अंधकार हृदय में फैला हुआ है. ऐसा how it is? काल कोठड़ी. My heart is like that. Why it is dark? Because of this different things he thinks he has in the heart. And you will remain there for a very long time, receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of chori. Because you have stolen everything, you will be captured by me. क्योंकि आपने मेरा सब कुछ चुरा लिया है, इसलिए मैंने आपको मेरे हृदय के कारागृह में बंद कर दिया है और आपको मैं वहाँ पर दंड देते रहूँगा. कारागृहे वस सदा हृदये, कारागृहे वस सदा हृदये मदीये, मद्भक्ति पाशा दृढ़बन्ध निश्चल सन्, त्वां कृष्ण हे प्रलय कोटि शतान्तरेपि, सर्वस्य चौर हृदय नहि मोचयामि. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight. That means the rope, the dori of my devotion will be always tightly binding you. Therefore, you will continue to reside in my prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of yugas. I will keep you imprisoned. मैं आपको कैदी बनाकर रखूंगा मेरे हृदय में. So this is a Chaura Agraganya Ashtakam, which is basically describing about Krishna's being Chor. You have not seen any other Lord, नरसिम्हा भगवान और वामन भगवान और प्रभु रामचंद्र or any incarnation. You have not seen them doing chori. Only Krishna is apparent to be doing chori. That is very significant. Because there is a basic difference. There is a basic difference between all the other incarnation and Krishna as Krishna. What is the difference? All the other incarnations, they come as God. Bhagavan Vaman Dev, Bhagavan Ramchandra, Bhagavan Matsya Avatar, Bhagavan Kurma Dev, Bhagavan Varadev, Bhagavan Prabhu Ramchandra. But Sri Krishna doesn't come as Bhagavan. Sri Krishna he is Bhagavan, but he comes as an ordinary person. Yashoda's son, Nanda Maharaja's son, Gopi's boyfriend, the boys who herd cows, coward boys, Gopal, their friend, and also friends of cows and everybody else. And uniquely in Vrindavan Dham, nobody knows him as God. While Prabhu Ramchandra, when he took birth, everybody knew that he is Lord. Everybody respect him also as Lord. Except Kausalya and father, mother, they did not know that. But everybody else in Ayodhya knew that Prabhu is Lord, Prabhu Ramchandra. But there is something called as very special Maya, Krishna's Maya. What does that Maya do? Her name is Jagan Mohini Maya. What does she do? She steals the knowledge in the brain of the devotees that Krishna is Bhagwan. That knowledge is deleted by Jagan Mohini Maya. And because of that, you are a great devotee, minus that knowledge that this boy is God. So then when they forget that he is God, then what happens? Then everybody treats him as ordinary. There is nothing great about it. Why he does that? Because he also wants to play. All of us want to play, but when people of our age are there, we don't want to play because we feel what they will think. Dr. Shanbag is playing. But suppose if I want to play, then I will go to some place where nobody knows who I am. Like suppose Sachin Tendulkar wants to buy a pair of socks. Can he go in any shop and buy socks like you and me? As soon as he goes there, 50 photographers will come and everybody will get excited. And he cannot say, वो मुझे लाल रंग का पसंद नहीं है, ब्लू रंग का दे दो, ये मत दिखाओ, थोड़ा कलर वाला दिखाओ, थोड़ा डिजाइन का दिखाओ. All this kind of fun that we have ना, what you all ladies do, ये शेड ठीक नहीं है, वो दूसरा जरा अच्छा दिखाओ, जरा ये लाइट में दिखाओ, ये बहुत डार्क है, ये बहुत काला में है, इतना. All this kind of fun is there ना, that you keep on seeing many items and you change and you make him take out more. All that enjoyment he cannot enjoy because everyone knows him where he is going to buy the socks, where he has gone to buy the socks. So where he will go to buy socks? He will go to buy socks in the country where no cricket is played. Only they play football, baseball. And no one knows any cricket stars or anything about cricket. So there he is free. He can go to any mall, any shopping center and like you and me, he can negotiate and see many things and do needful. So what is the essential item in this? That he is going to a place where no one knows him as what he is. So Vrindavan is a place where Krishna comes, where nobody knows who is he. And then he can do whatever he wants to do. All that childhood, any kind of funny activity which Bhagwan will not do, but Bhagwan wants to do, he can do. So one of the activities is what? To steal. Tell me honestly, how many of you have stolen in childhood? Stolen things? Tell me yes or no. Raise your hands. I am also telling you that I have stolen many things in my childhood. And there was a great thrill in that, I'll tell you what I used to do. In the season of mangoes, my father used to bring petty of mango, because we were many people at home. 10 people, 7 children, mother, father and grandmother. So 10 people, you need a lot. You can't bring 10 mangoes and only little, adha kacha, adha pakka. So you would bring petty. And that petty would be under the cot because house was very small. So under the cot, petty would be there. So in the afternoon, I would go and sleep under the cot. And in the houses, in the cot that you used to have, the chadar would flow up to the ground so that you are inside a nice room. So we will go to sleep and pretend that we are sleeping and then get up and take out the ripe mango and eat there only. And keep the chilka in the pocket and again go to sleep. Or we used to wait till my father, mother, everybody sleeps in the afternoon and then go to the common mori, that is bathroom, and from bathroom side open the dabba and take laddus and eat and pretend to be taking bath but eat laddus. Or go in the neighbor's house to study because we have small house, so where you can study. So neighbor had no children, so we used to go to neighbor's house and sometimes the neighbor would go to village in Diwali somewhere. So go to study in their house, close the door and open her dabbas and eat laddus from them. So like that many things we would do. And there was some thrill. She would give laddus to us, but to eat that laddu there was one kind of fun. But to steal and eat there was different kind of fun. So everybody has this tendency of stealing. From where the steal tendency has come? From the supreme chore. Everything what is there in him is in you and me. So this also has come from him only. In fact, all the games that we used to play in childhood, all those games Krishna has played. So all the source of childhood games, including Goti, Viti Dandu, everything Krishna has played in Vrindavan. Otherwise, you would not have the idea to play that kind of game. But not video games. There was no video game that time. They were all demoniac activity, video, everything is going on. So to have the fun of stealing, Krishna comes to Vrindavan. You will be very surprised. Now, when I say I steal, what does that mean? That thing doesn't belong to me, na? That's why I say it is stealing. If I go to my house and open my drawer and pick up my own laddu at my own house, will you say Dr. Shanbag is stealing laddu from kitchen? No, it is, that it is my laddu only. I only have given money to my wife and she has made or purchased the laddus. So tell me, in this world, what does not belong to God? Anything else? Anything is there? That doesn't belong to God. Everything belongs to Him. So if He takes certain things from everything, is it stealing actually? No. But to make it appear as stealing, He deletes the knowledge of everybody's brain that He is not God. He's an ordinary boy. That means He doesn't own anything. He's like a simple boy. And then He is stealing butter, and He is stealing yogurt, and He is stealing chas, and stealing everything else, milk also. Many things He is stealing. So in one sense, He is not stealing anything because everything belongs to Him. But He has told many times that I have left Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is spiritual world, where everything is very, very rich. If you go to, suppose, the richest man in the world, in his house you go, then you see even the tap is made of gold. There is diamond in the chandelier. There is so many things are there which are like, there is a Hasti Danta means what? English mein kya bolte hain? Ivory. Furniture made of ivory is there. That much richness is there. They eat like 60 items. They make every lunch 60 items. And you can pick up and eat whatever you want. So we are talking about worldly rich man. But Vaikuntha, there is a description of Vaikuntha. Chinta mani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha. There are trees. We just stand in front of tree and ask, I want gulab jam right now in the mouth. And open the mouth and tree will give gulab jam in your mouth. That is called kalpa vriksha. That means every desire it will fulfill. In the spiritual world, every dust particle, dhulikarna is chintamani. Chintamani means what? Each particle of dust can fulfill all your desires. And every cow is kamadhenu. You go in front of cow and ask something. Oh dear cow, 1,000 people are coming for taking lunch. Kindly give lunch. So cow will provide ready-made lunch for 1,000 people. There are stories. Vasishta's cow fed millions of soldiers of Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra became envious. He thought, I am a king. He was king that time. And he came with thousands of soldiers, millions of soldiers to Vasishta Muni's forest hut. And he told the cow, he fed them like feast, 50-60 items for millions of people. So Vishwamitra Muni thought, I am the king, but I cannot feed such kind of food to millions of soldiers. And this sadhu living in the forest, having one hutment and cow, is feeding so much food to everybody. We are all wonderstruck. So he found out, kya hai? What is the secret? So he came to know that he has a cow called Kamadhenu. And that cow has given every food. So he wanted to steal the cow. And he stole the cow also. But then he got defeated and he had to return the cow. The long story. So such cows are not one there in spiritual world. There are millions of such cows are there. And Baki opulences are explained. Everybody is not talking. Everybody is singing only. Like I talk to you in poetry, you talk to me in poetry. ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? I speak to you one poetry and you answer me in one poetry. And again you say one poetry, I answer in one poetry. This is how they talk in spiritual world. And nobody walks in the spiritual world, in God's kingdom. Everybody is dancing. You see how children, When you bring children in some function, do they walk? How are they always jumping and going ahead? Is it not true? You see children, what is the specialty of children when you bring them for some function? They are always dancing and going. They are not walking peacefully holding mother's hand. They always want to jump, go around, round and everything, move around and always dancing. But that is happening in spiritual world constantly. Everybody is dancing there constantly, happy, happy, happy. So why I am telling all this description to you? That kind of wealthy atmosphere, he says, I have given up to come to Vrindavan and steal the buttermilk of gopis. He doesn't need the buttermilk. But he knows gopis love him very much. So their love is invested in the buttermilk when they do that with love for Krishna, thinking about him. So to fulfill their desire, he comes to steal their butter and yogurt and chas and everything else. Many times he has said, I have given up Vaikuntha to just taste your buttermilk. मैंने वैकुंठ का ऐश्वर्य छोड़ दिया है आपके छाछ को पाने के लिए. And that is a fact. So today I will tell you a story of a great thief. That is of course Krishna only. It's only one great thief here. So, but this story is not when Krishna was there, when he came down. The story is only of 17th century. When he is not there in incarnation, उनका अवतार नहीं चल रहा है तभी, वो अवतार समाप्त करके अपने धाम में चले गए. तो 17th century का story है ये. There was a Daku called Govardhan Daku, and Govardhan Daku was very, very, very cruel. बहुत क्रूर था वो. He would not leave anybody, and he was so strong that he would not go to steal with many people around. He would go alone. He was so powerful. He has his team also, but they will also go alone and they will steal people. His father had trained him in stealing right from childhood. चोरों की भी परंपरा होती है, घर में परवरिश होती है उनकी. जैसे आप लोगों की बेटी भी नर्स बन सकती है, घर में ट्रेनिंग मिलती है, खाते पीते भी नर्सिंग की बातें कर सकते हैं आप. तो घर में से उनको बाल कड़ू मिलता है नर्सिंग का. वैसे चोरों को भी घर में से ही चोरी का बाल कड़ू मिलता है. Childhood syrup. So he got trained and his father told him one thing, that never hear Bhagavad. क्या? Never hear stories from Bhagavad. Because if you hear story from Bhagavatam, he is not telling his son, but I am telling you, your tendency of stealing will go away. You will become a sadhu. All your bad quality will be lost. And he wanted his son to become an equally powerful chor. So he told him, I must one message for you. Don't ever hear Bhagavad. So that had gone in his brain. Very drill करके अंदर उसको, like we give the pest control ना. First we drill and then we inject. So that the pest control is inside the wall. Like that inside the brain. So he used to steal. So one day he was stealing and he stole and he was coming back from stealing. And suddenly on his way he saw that there is an assembly of people and there is a speaker speaking and he is naturally giving Bhagavad. Bhagavad Katha is going on. Like this is Bhagavad Katha going on. Somebody is passing, they realize somebody is speaking, people are listening. So he came and he really remembered, my father told me not to listen to Bhagavad. So he had something in his hand, so he put it in his bag and he closed his ears. He closed his ears. Why? Because he is not supposed to hear Bhagavad. And he is walking. He is passing by the assembly. But unfortunately or fortunately, you can say, a thorn goes in his shoe and goes in his leg also. So what do you do when in this shoe, thorn goes inside your heel? Then what you will do? You will remove, right? Remove with what? By hand. Now your hands are on the ear and the thorn has gone in the leg. So what do? You release your hand and you go to remove the thorn. In that time, one statement falls in his ears. What is being spoken there? What is the statement? Very funny statement. That मैं हिंदी में बताता हूँ कि देवताओं की छाया नहीं पड़ती. There is no shadow of demigods. When you walk, shadow is there. Now also shadow is there. See, everybody is having shadow. But when demigods come, there is no shadow. That's how you identify they are demigods. So that statement falls in his ears. In the meantime, he removes the thorn, again he closes his eyes. And like this, he walks ahead. After some time, by the time he goes ahead, it becomes dark. And he lost his way. He enters one village. You are listening now very carefully. Nice story. So he enters a village, and there are some dacoits which are unknown to him, unknown area. He goes inside and they catch him. And they catch him and they say, good Bali, good Bali. Today we have got good Bali. And then he sees that there is one Devi ka murti, there is a mashal, and light made by mashal. Everything is dark, but there is a torch light of mashal. Fire is there, and they are worshipping the Devi in a very funny way, like tribals how they worship. And they are dancing in a funny way, taking some equipment in the hand and talwar in the hand. And one chief priest comes and he says, okay, today we have got a good human being. We can cut for the sacrifice of Devi. So he understands. Now I am alone here, and there are so many people here, very rowdy looking, unusual people with weapons and everything. So I have no chance. And suddenly he starts praying to the Devi. Please save me, please save me. And suddenly he sees that Devi is standing in between, and there are many fire mashals, but Devi ka shadow nahi gir raha hai. So he understands, Devi is really powerful, she is demigoddess, Devata hai ye. So I should pray to her that save me, because I have heard कि देवताओं की छाया नहीं गिरती. So they say he is excellent. They test him. There is no deficiency. कुछ कटा बेटा कुछ नहीं है. उसको कहते हैं भंग अंग. भंग अंग means when you give बलि ना, you cannot have deficiency in the body. Like कान कटा हुआ है या उंगली कटी हुई है या ऐसा कुछ कटा हुआ है. बचपन में होता है ना. So he was perfect. So the priest says, their priest, so-called priest, he says, go give him bath in the river. So he is now taken by people. 4 people are holding him tight and taking him to river. And he is very smart. He feels I should do some trick. So he starts shouting, wonderful, wonderful. Today I am going to be given Bali to Devi. What a fortune. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So they are wondering, kya ho gaya suddenly? It's an unusual behavior. But the looking at enthusiasm, they just don't hold him so tightly. They put him in the river and still is jumping. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is my fortune that today I am going to get sacrificed for the Devi. Wonderful, wonderful. Haribol. So they feel, wow, wonderful. There is no need to hold him. They release him. He enters the water and he is taking bath himself. They are supposed to give bath to him holding because he should not run away. But they feel he is so enthusiastic, so let him take bath. So he is taking bath, jumping in the water and saying, Haribol, thank you very much. And again taking dip, again jumping. So let's relax. They feel this man is so enthusiastic about dying. Why should we worry about capturing him? He will come. And suddenly when they relax, they start lying down like this sitting. He just jumps in the water and swims across and goes on opposite side. Looking at their relaxation, they feel कि कर रहा है बात. So he just swims across the river on that side and just runs away. And then he realizes that there is so much power in that one line which I heard, which has saved my life. So he again goes back to the same place. And again the katha is going on. Now the katha becomes very interesting. He sits down and he is looking very rowdy, big moustache and how dacoits look. They don't look like sattvic people, very simple. He is, as it is, rowdy looking, big man, big moustache and all. And the way he walks and all, he comes in this assembly of Sabha and he sits there. So Kathakar notices him कि कोई खूंखार आदमी कथा में आया है. बोले ठीक है, बैठा है, सुन रहा है, ऐसा घूर के देख रहा है. So Kathakar is speaking katha. What is he speaking? There is a boy in Vrindavan who is a cowherd boy who herds the cows, and his mother decorates him with lot of jewels. From top to toe, he is studded with jewels every day. She decorates him and he goes out in the forest and he herds cows the whole day, and in the evening he comes back and she gives bath to him and puts new jewels on him. Like that, every day he is going in the garden, in the forest with lots of jewels, costly jewels on his body. And he is hearing the story. And then the katha goes ahead. And what the katha says, he also dances with many thousands of ladies in the night. And that time also his mother is decorating him with many jewels. And then what happens? Then he multiplies himself into many people. He becomes many Krishna. And all the jewels are there on everybody's body, all the expansion also. जितने में वो विस्तारित होता है, वो हर एक पर्सनालिटी में उतने सारे ज्वेल्स होते हैं. चोर ये कथा सुन रहे हैं तो उसके मन में आता है कि ये बच्चे को पकड़ेंगे एक बार और चोरी करेंगे तो वीआरएस ले लेंगे, आगे चोरी की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. इतना सब चोरी करेंगे, इतना मिलेगा सामान, तो हर रोज 8 घंटा ड्यूटी करने की जरूरत क्या है, रिटायर हो जाएंगे. तो he hears the कथा very attentively. I hope you are hearing attentively when I am telling you. तो he hears कथा attentively. पहले सुनता है कि माँ उसको इतना डेकोरेट करके भेजती है, बाद में सुनता है वो मल्टीप्लाई भी होता है. तो अभी 2-4 भी मिल गए तो भी काफ़ी है ना, 2-4 को लूट ले तो भी काफ़ी है. So कथा gets over. Now what is he doing? Any guess after katha? What he will do? He has heard the full katha about jewels, everything, and he is a chore. So from that angle he is hearing कि सब इसको बच्चे को पकड़ के चोरी करेंगे. तो what he will do after katha was over? He goes to the speaker. उसका बच्चे का नाम क्या है, एड्रेस क्या है बताओ. So the कथाकार is puzzled. अरे ये तो कथा तो द्वापर युग की कथा है और इसको लग रहा है पागल को अभी की कथा है. लेकिन he is also getting a little fearful because the way he is asking, rowdy man, तो इसे कि उसको कुछ भी आंसर करके पटा दो, give some answer and get rid of him. तो how can he go on explaining to him कि अरे कथा अभी की नहीं है, वो तो पुरानी कथा है. The boy is not there, he is already gone. But he wanted not to get into argument. उसको क्या चाहिए, एड्रेस चाहिए, नाम चाहिए. बोला उसका नाम श्याम सुंदर है. गांव का पता क्या है, बोला गाँव वृंदावन. वृंदावन किधर है, मथुरा में. ठीक है, श्याम सुंदर वृंदावन. बोलो, श्याम सुंदर वृंदावन, वृंदावन श्याम सुंदर. ही इज नाउ, वो रट रहा है, ही इज मेमोराइजिंग, ताकि वो जाएगा तो नाम भूलेगा तो क्या पूछेगा, या जगह भूलेगा तो क्या पूछेगा. तो ही जस्ट गोज अहेड ना, तो ही फॉरगेट्स द प्लेस एंड ओनली रिमेंबर्स द नेम. Two things he has to remember na, so he has to focus on both the things, but in the process he is not so learned, so he forgets one and only remembers one thing. तो he feels अरे नाम याद रह गया, वो जगह भूल गया. So he again comes back, but there is nobody there because कथा is over. ये कथा कब की है, ये सेकंड लास्ट डे की कथा है. रास लीला, गौचारण, बग माखन चोरी, सब कुछ ये लास्ट की लीला है ना. तो वो कथा समाप्त हो जाती है, तो कथाकार और सुनने वाले सब चले जाते हैं, मंडप सब कैंसिल हो जाता है. तो ही गोज एंड फाइंड्स आउट, अरे किधर गई कथा. बोला कथा समाप्त हो गई. बोला स्पीकर कहाँ है, स्पीकर. बोला वो भी गाँव चला गया आपने, क्योंकि जहाँ से उसको बुलाया था वो चला गया वापस. तो बोला उसका पता बताओ. तो ही टेक्स हिज एड्रेस and reaches in his house in that village. And by the time he reaches, it's the middle of the night. धाड़ है महाराज उठो. अरे रात को कौन आके उठा रहा है, उठो. तो खोल के देखो तो वापस हुए आदमी. He gets scared. बोला अभी क्या हो गया. बोला महाराज नाम याद रह गया, जगह का नाम भूल गया. इतना लंबा नाम क्यों रखते हो. तो नाम श्याम सुंदर, इतना लंबा, 5 अक्षर है उसके अंदर. जगह क्या बोला था आपने, बोले वृंदावन. बोले शॉर्ट में नहीं बोल सकते क्या. तो महाराज भी बहुत छाने होते हैं, वो बोलते हैं कि व्हाट इज योर नेम. माय नेम इज गोवर्धन. तो आपको गोबर बोलूं, गोबर शॉर्टकट. क्या बोलता है, मेरा नाम गोबर नहीं है, मैं गोवर्धन हूं. तो जैसे आपको नहीं अच्छा लगता है वैसे ये शॉर्टकट नहीं हो सकता है, आपको पूरा नाम याद रखना पड़ेगा, श्याम सुंदर. कहते हैं सेकेंड टाइम ही रिमेंबर्स वृंदावन, फॉरगेट श्याम सुंदर. तो ब्रेन इज नॉट सो डेवलप ना फॉर दिस, ओनली चोरी वही पता है, उसमें ही एक्सपर्ट है. तो अगेन ही कम्स एंड अगेन ही, देन फाइनली ही रिमेंबर्स बोथ द नेम्स, श्याम सुंदर वृंदावन, श्याम सुंदर वृंदावन. इन द प्रोसेस ही चैंट्स द 2 नेम्स millions of times because he should not forget. And he goes and then he also has heard in the lecture that boy loves butter very much. He has heard. So he thinks if I get the boy, then I have to allure the boy, tempt the boy. So I should get a lot of butter So he will come to me. How we say, Aja, Aja, I'll give chocolate to you. The children will come and give chocolate, and then they'll steal him and go away. So like that, I should attract him. So he is now on the way. Naturally, he is doing chori of people, like habit, no? Because chor kaisa hota hai na, idhar se utha liya. वैसे he is very strong, so he is doing chori and looting people, and also buying butter more and more and more. And finally, by the time he reaches Vrindavan, Mathura, he collects lot of butter. And then also purchases poison. And he mixes with butter. So that he will feed the child will die, and then he will steal him all the ornaments. अब इसका meditation देखो, constantly is meditating. Constantly. कि that Shyam Sundar, blue colored boy, lot of jewels, his name is Shyam Sundar, he stays in Vrindavan. Then he goes inside the village and he inquires, and you tell me, will he be there in 17th century? No. But he is like conviction he has, and he is asking, tell me where is Shyam Sundar? So some people laugh, he is not there. No, don't tell me this, tell me. Then they understand he is a madman. So then they say he is playing here with the cows, he is playing in the forest. He is not here near the house, he has gone to forest. But somehow they also understand he is a madman, plus he is a dangerous man. So they want to just get rid of him. So they say go in the forest and you find out. So he, with full faith, he goes in the forest. And he is calling, Shyam Sundar, where are you? Where are you herding the cows? Please come. I want to meet you. Shyam Sundar, I have come from long distance. Shyam Sundar, I have remembered your name and place. Shyam Sundar, where are you? Please come. And he also confirms, this is Vrindavan, perfectly. Yes, we are in Vrindavan. So everybody is also laughing to him. Yes, Vrindavan, there is a Shyam Sundar, Lord is there, but he doesn't understand. He is not there now. 3 days he is wandering with the butter in the hand, with the poison. And 4th day, he hears some sounds of children playing. In the evening when I am in the house, I all hear children shouting on the ground floor. You know how they are shouting and they are playing and ball, this, that, all kinds of things you can hear. That means children are playing. So like that, sure, he hears that sound of all children giggling and laughing and making fun. And then he's become curious. Oh, finally I got the children. So he starts peeping. And all the children are playing, and he sees, one boy is blue in this. So he is waiting, because so many children are there, how can he go and steal that boy? So Krishna, what he does, he understands. Now Krishna knows everything. This man has come to meet me and to steal my jewels. So he sends all the boys, he says, you go with the cows home. And he sends the boy, and he sends Balram also, you also go. I will come little later. Thoda sa piche se aata hu. And then he sends, and they all go, and then he jumps in the place, in the bush where he is hiding, because he is a big man, so he is hiding. Right in front of him comes. And now this man is very happy. Finally, my prey, मेरा जो लक्ष्य है, क्या कहते हैं उसको? मेरी शिकार मेरे जाल में आगे आ गई है. सबको भेज दिया उसने अपने आप ही. तो good. So he says, you are Shyam Sundar? He says, yes, I am Shyam. Is this place Vrindavan? Yes. You are blue, I can see. You are blue, Ghanshyam. You love cows? Yes. You love butter? Yes, I love butter. I so much love butter that I steal and eat. So you don't have to steal. I have got a lot of butter for you. Please eat. And he removes his butter. So Krishna says, why don't you eat with me? Why don't you eat with me? Now he has difficulty because he knows poison is there in that. No, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I told you wrongly. He didn't put poison in that. He just brought the butter. I made a mistake. So he says, eat the butter. So Krishna says, Shyam Sundar says, what if there is poison? So you should also eat with me. So this boy, this man, what is his name? Govardhan. He eats from one side, butter. And he says, you eat now. He says, maybe you are very smart. From that, on that side, the poison may not be there. Poison may be on this side. So eat on this side also. So he makes the Daku eat from all sides. The Daku says, now you eat now. Maybe from sides you are not put the poison. Maybe the center of the poison is there. Now eat from center also. So he makes the whole butter, he makes him eat all the butter. Says, now you are not died, so I am confident. Now tell me why you have come. So he is feeling shy. Abhi, how to tell? He said, see, I am also a chore. I am also a chore. And you are also a chore. That I know. So why are you shy in front of the chore? We are from same profession. And I know why you have come. You have come to steal my jewels. Oh yes, I agree with you. I have come to steal jewels. So I am allowing you to steal my jewels. Please take. So now he is so happy. He said, without difficulty, without having to beat the child or tie the child or whatever, ना जनरली क्या करते हैं, मुंह बांध देते हैं, आंखों पट्टी बांध देते हैं, उल्टा सुल्टा करते हैं, फिर चोरी करते हैं. This boy is saying, चोरी करो, ले लो. So he starts removing. You have to imagine, na, meditation. So the boy is standing, and this thief is right in front of him, and he is like, he's so attracted. So many jewels are there everywhere. And he's right in front of him without any opposition, not difficulty. He is telling steal. So he starts taking out. He takes out the Morpank. Morpank is attached with nice thick gold chain by his mother, Krishna's mother, Yashoda. He removes and puts it on side and looks at him. After removing Morpank also, the boy is looking more beautiful. So he removes Kantahar, he removes earrings, he removes long garlands, all gold, gold and diamonds. Then he removes bazuband, armlet, then bracelets, then rings, everything one by one, then kamar patta, everything he removes. And there's a small mountain here, where so many jewels are there. So when he is gathering a small mountain, that mountain is shining like anything with the jewels. And he removes all the things, still the boy is shining more than the jewels. And he is wondering, what is special in the boys? I thought because of jewel he is shining. I removed the jewels, they are also shining, and the boy is shining more than the jewels. But he says, what do I have to do? I have to steal and run away. I don't care why this is like this. And finally he goes to the feet. And there is painzan, ankle bell. He removes that, and when he touches his feet, he starts getting shock. Something unusual is happening to him. When he was removing other jewelry, it is not something unusual happening to him. But when he touches the feet, he feels like shock. And he cannot remove the payal. Why? When Mother Yashoda ties the payal 3-4 times, because this guy dances so wildly that sometimes his ankle bell flies 2 miles away in the next forest. That much he jumps. So he wants to make sure that all the ankle bells come back home. Otherwise, you go with ankle bells and you don't come back with ankle bells. So it's tied very tightly. So he can't remove it. So what he does, he says, you sit down and give me your feet in my lap. सब पैर देते हैं ना गोद में. जब बच्चे को कांटा लग गया तो क्या करते हैं आप? बच्चे का पैर अपने गोद में लेंगे, तो फिर हाथ में लेके धीरे से कांटा निकालेंगे. वैसे to remove that, he takes his foot in his lap. Now what happens when that is there? When he's standing, the upper part of the feet is touching. But when his foot is in the lap, what is it touching? The soul, the softer part, the white part, the beautiful part. It is red in Krishna. Ours is white or maybe dark. Krishna's soul and palms are red color. And that is in the lap of him. So he is already having currents in his body flowing. And he tries to remove that. As soon as he touches the feet, the soul, he is just shivering. And Krishna is sitting and watching. So what is happening to you? He says, I don't know what is happening to me. And suddenly tears start coming from his eyes. Body starts shivering. Then Shyam Sundar says, hey, when you do your business, no emotion should come in between. जब व्यवसाय करते हैं तो भावना बीच में नहीं आनी चाहिए. व्यवसाय तो व्यवसाय कठोरता से करना चाहिए. So I want to do that, but somehow I don't know what is happening to me. And somehow he is able to remove at one point of time. And by the time he has shed many tears, he has shivered a lot, and he has gathered all the things. And now Krishna is in front of him without any jewelry. And all the jewelry is here. That is shining, and Krishna is shining more. So Krishna says, now shall I go? Can I go now? My mother is waiting for me. So this fellow is thinking that I think I should not steal this. I should give it back to him. He says, I don't want to steal this. I thought I will steal this, but after stealing, I feel I don't want to steal. So can I wear you again? So now, the last part is what? What he removed last? Ankle bell, na? So that he is on the top, na? So he first wears that. And while he is wearing it, again he is shivering and trembling. But by the way, someone manages and puts the pile in place and again goes up, kamar patta and then mala and bracelet and rings and everything he puts in his own way. In his own way now, because now it is all raw. He puts final more punk, peacock feather with the gold chain, and now again Krishna is standing in the position. He says, shall I go now? He said, go. But I have one request. Please come tomorrow again. So Krishna goes away. He goes away and meets Yashoda at home. And she sees that the way I send him, he doesn't look like that. He is looking different. So she's asking, who did this dressing for you? I did not dress you like this. Who put all these ornaments here and there, this clip, that clip, different places? He said, Mama, he's not a good man. I cannot describe you that man. That man is a very jungly man. So forget about him. But mother is wondering, who has dressed him more nicely than me? Mother is inquiring more and more. I want to learn from him. He said, no, he is not fit to meet you. He is not a good man. But don't worry. Is it dangerous? He said, yeah, it looks dangerous, but don't worry, mummy, I will take care of myself. So again, next day, in the night, all things are removed and next morning, new jewelry is put, fully studded. And again, this man is waiting in the bush because now he is attracted to his boy more than the jewelry. Okay? So next day again, waiting in the bush, and the boys are playing, and Krishna sends everybody before. And again he jumps in front of him. He says, I have come today. This can I steal? Yes. Again same thing. Second day, he is trying to untie the ankle bells, but he is not able to do that. So he is putting his teeth and trying to remove with his teeth, and then teeth se current is coming and he is shivering. And again he does the same thing. And again he removes everything and he finds him more beautiful and more shining and more effulgent. And he tells him that, I'll wear you again. And he's crying, shivering and crying and shivering and crying. And the third day, same thing happens. And he has heard in Katha that when he was, so Krishna also tells him, and he has heard in Katha also, he says, you and me are in the same profession. But my profession, I am advancing in my profession. When I was a child, I used to steal butter. When I became little big, I started stealing clothes. What is saying? He was singing, na? I started stealing clothes of the gopis. And when further I grew up, I started stealing hearts of people. This man is listening. And by the time, third day, he has lost all his desire of stealing. He wants to dress him and dress him and dress him again and again. He has developed so much pleasure that he has forgot that he has come to steal, and he wants to just dress him and enjoy, because he has got so much enjoyment in undressing and dressing him. So, third day when he dresses him up, he starts crying. He starts crying and crying and crying. He says, you have stolen my heart. And now I understand you are a better chore than me. I thought I am very smart and I have learned so many tricks. I brought butter and I made a plan and I will steal. But you have defeated me entirely, that you have stolen my desire to steal also. I came with the desire to steal. But you not only have stolen the desire to steal, but you have stolen my heart also. Now please accept me as your own. I don't want to leave you. I don't want anything. I don't want to steal and retire. I don't want to do anything. I want to just be with you. Please accept me as your own. And then Krishna accepts him as own. So this is the story of Govardhan Daku. For his faith that he had, Krishna appeared to him with all the coward boys. Although it was not time for him to be there, he separately gave him darshan. Nobody else could see the darshan. All the Vrindavan Vasi also did not know that Krishna is coming and doing all these pastimes with him. So what do we learn from this story? Because I sang about that Chaura Agraganya Ashtakam. So I thought I'll tell you this miraculous story. This story is coming in the Grantha called Bhaktamal. In Bhaktamal, is written by Nabha Goswami, one of the great saints. He's an incarnation of Brahma Dev. Brahma came as Nabha Goswami, and he wrote tons and tons of stories, many stories, of real stories of the saintly people who are miraculous, who got darshan of Krishna. And one of the stories is Govardhan Daku. So what do we learn? If the hardcore thief can get darshan of Krishna, he is not chanting Hare Krishna every day. He is only stealing. But he believed in the word of Bhagavad. He had faith. And he heard it very attentively. And he memorized the name very attentively. Full focus. Because he had to do the chori, so he was constantly meditating on that boy, on his activity of feeding butter and giving butter to him, getting butter for him, collecting butter, thinking about him, reaching that place, Mathura, Vrindavan, everything is meditating constantly with full faith. Not even a trace of doubt came in his mind, is he really there, or is the story of current times or past times? He didn't believe. He thought it was Satya story. So Krishna after 3 days responded to his faith and gave him darshan and stole away everything bad from him and made him a pure devotee, made him a saintly person. So Govardhan Daku became a saintly personality. So, yes, he is a chore, but he is a very nice chore. He steals your heart, and he steals everything unwanted in your heart, and he makes you a pure devotee. What is required is high level of faith. We cannot say, Arey, Bible says that, Arey, Gita says this, Arey, Quran says that. Is it true or what? If you start doubting everything, then it doesn't exist for you. But if you believe in it, it does exist, and you will get the experience. The next person to you will not have the experience. He doesn't have faith. You have faith, you have all darshan. But next person to you will not have, because he doesn't have that much faith. So, we have to learn from this story that we may be anybody, but if with faith we chant the name of the Lord, then Lord will give you darshan. You have to wait and watch. After he heard, there is long time in between, which was passed up. Long time passed in between. Not that he heard, he had faith, and next day Krishna gave him darshan. No, he had to do lot of preparation, lot of meditation, lot of collection, lot of planning, lot of waiting, lot of patience. Everything was there. And he was ready to undergo all the procedure. 3 days he tried his best. But anybody who comes in touch with the Lord, anybody comes in touch with Krishna, there will be transformation. Even if you come in contact with his name, there will be transformation. Even if you hear about it, there will be transformation. Every single thing connected to the Lord, if you come in touch with that, you don't have to be near the powerhouse. Even if you touch the wire here, live wire, you will get shock. It's not that you have to go to the powerhouse, then only you get the shock. No, in the process, anywhere, if the button is on and you touch, you will get the shock. So like that, directly or indirectly, whenever you come in touch with the Supreme Lord or anything connected with Him, what happens when you get shocked? जैसे बारिश में शॉक होता है ना, एक खंबा गिर जाता है and somebody touches it and somebody is watching, अरे वो touch हो गया है, तो suddenly he goes and touches, what happens? He also gets the shock. And somebody sees both are stuck, third one goes and touches, he also is stuck. So are you touching the pole? No. You are touching the people who have touched the pole in sequence. Not even the two persons have touched the pole. Only the first one has touched the pole. But the current is passing through everybody. To cut the current, you have to take a wooden plank and separate them from that. Otherwise, everybody who is going to save will get the shock. So like that, you may touch the Lord, you may touch His holy name, or you may meet a person who is chanting the holy name, or you meet a person who is chanting the holy name, who is a disciple of that person. Anybody who you meet, you will get the transformation. That's why we do satsang. We don't wait till we meet Krishna. Oh, when I will meet Krishna, then I will believe in Him, and then I will chant His holy name. When I will actually see America, then I will take the visa. ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? You have to first hear about America. You have to meet people who have come from America. You have to see their visa, passport, everything, and hear the experiences, see the photographs. And you have faith now. Yes, America exists. And then you buy a ticket, buy the visa, take the flight, buy the ticket and fly, and after that you reach. After reaching there, you will have jet lag. After 2 days, you wake up and you start seeing America. Yes, what I saw in photograph, it exists over here. So similarly, what the sadhus, what the saintly people are telling is not wrong. You have to first keep faith and try that procedure, and with that procedure, one day you will be able to see. But don't give up in between. Keep focused. कैसे होना चाहिए? लक्ष्य फर्म होना चाहिए. लक्ष्य से किसी को डिवेट नहीं होना चाहिए. You have to be firm on your goal. Should not get tired in between or lazy in between. One whose determination is there and lakshya is very clear, he will not give up till he finds his lakshya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.